Hey, what's up? This is Scott the Frozen Gamer, and I am here today with breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. So I'm going to be going over 6 games that just got entered brand new into the BGG database. And all 6 of these games are 2025 releases. That's what they're marked as. And all of them are being published by Devir. Huge board game publisher. If you don't know them, Rock Hard, Cities, Daitoshi, brand new from Essen, and the White Castle are some of their big games that are hot right now. So these ones, I don't even think Devir has even announced these yet in like a big announcement type of way, and they aren't on their website yet, but they are on BGG. So here they are. They even put in more than these 6, but these were 6 ones that I thought sounded the most interesting of all the ones that they added to the BGG database. So number 1 is Moirai. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's M-O-I-R-A-I. It's 2 to 4 players, 20 to 30 minutes, and it's in Devir's Pocket game series, so this is going to be a very small game. The designers Alberto Milan, who did Journey to the Center of the Earth, and Freya are 2 of his biggest games. The artist is Lourdes Romero, and the blurb on the game says, "Weave the thread of life, making the most optimal card combinations." So in English, Moirai, or however you pronounce it, translates into how we translate it into the 3 fates from Greek mythology that you may have heard of. These are the Greek goddesses who weave together humankind. So in this game, we are going to be working on a loom to weave together various lives. And the one mechanism that they mentioned in the description is you can either take a card, or you can take the entire discard pile and place it into your loom. And then each of the 3 fates have their own scoring criteria that we're trying to accomplish. So there's multiple objectives that we're trying to reach by however we make this loom of humankind. So in the game, there's pattern building and variable setup, so it should be nice and replayable with the variable setup as well. So number 2 is one that excites me because I am a professional actor as well, and this game is called Red Carpet. And it's 2 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes. The designers are Ana Lucchini Canals, Pau More Gomez, who have done some games, some small games, and Eloy Pujares, whose biggest game probably right now is Battle of Versailles. And the artist is Albert Montes, who you'll definitely know from Resist, Witchcraft, The Hunt. He has a very distinct art style. And the blurb for the game is search for the perfect spot and take the best pictures with your phone. So it's Academy Awards season, it's Academy Awards time in the game, and we are playing as photographers. And as the celebrities arrive in their limousines, we're taking out our cell phones and we're calling out to the celebs and trying to find the best spot to photograph them and the best angle to photograph them at. And the better we do this, the more points that we get. Here's the cool part about the game, and I hope I understood this right from the description. We also get to influence the Academy Awards by voting on the nominees in all of the categories. So there's going to be 2 parts of the game. I don't know how the second part really works as photographers thematically, but I'm sure they've made it to work. But we're playing 2 parts. We're doing the photographs and then voting on the Academy Awards, it sounds like. And there is hand management, moving multiple units, and track movement, so there will be tracks involved in this game somehow, some way. Our number 3 game is Quorum. So this is a 2 to 4 player game, 45 to 60 minutes. The designers are Raul Franco Jimenez, Fran Martinez Rosa, and the artist is B. Tormo. And we started out with Greek mythology and ancient Greece. Now we're going to ancient Rome, and we're going to combine cards and expand your influence across the Roman Empire is the blurb. So we're playing as Roman senators who are trying to gain the most influence as the Roman Empire has been spreading over the world. And players play a card in front of them, which affects specific provinces. We're going to do this 12 times because there's 12 rounds in the game, so eventually every player will have 12 cards in front of them. And the combination of the cards and the influence each one has on the province, the specific province, will give the players victory points. And then whoever has the most points after 12 rounds wins the game. There is going to be some of the mechanisms that they mentioned is endgame bonuses, hand management, and set collection. Now, I don't know if the set collection is just based off of how we lay out the cards in front of us or how it works exactly. It sounds like there might be more going on than just laying out cards in front of us with that set collection and hand management aspect of the game, but that is all that is known as of now. Number 4 is Transgalactica, which is 2 to 5 players, 40 to 100 minutes. This is the biggest designer on this list, and it's a huge one. It's the designer is Daniele Tascini, who's known for the T-Series games, all the different T-Series games, and the artist is a huge one too. It's Edu Valls, who did Bitoku, Three Ring Circus, and Redwood, amongst others, all gorgeous games in my opinion. And the blurb is travel beyond known space and compete in different fields to surpass your rivals. So we're going to be playing as fleets of ships that we launch out into the stars to gain knowledge and influence within the galaxy. And it's a worker placement and engine building game, and through those mechanisms we're going to travel out to the stars, compete with other players, and advancing our technology, building influence, and building military power, and trying to gain seats in the Galactic Senate. And the victory points are doled out by exploring, trading, mining, and completing missions. Worker placement games, always everyone wants to know what twist they're going to have on them. So this one, you'll put your captain in a worker placement spot, then every other player gets to do a follow action, but they don't get a bonus action that the person that placed their captain gets. So we'll always keep people involved even when it's not their turn. There's worker placement, and then it says in the mechanisms, different worker types. So in the description only mentions captains, but there might be other workers involved in this game as well, as it says so in the mechanisms mentioned on BGG. Number 5 is called Ace of Spades. It's 1 to 2 players. It's 40 to 45 minutes. The designer is Benjamin Amorin, and the artist is Devir. Both of them is their first games ever mentioned on BGG, and the art, I think this cover is really cool. I love the little Western guy's silhouette. And we are playing as that Western guy. We're playing as a gambler seeking vengeance against a necromancer that ruined our lives. So this is a solo game primarily, but I think it says you can also play it as a 2-player game, and it does say that you can play it as a 2-player game in cooperative mode as well. So we're going to be playing poker-like hands to take out all the necromancer's minions, and then as we beat all the minions, it sounds like we dive deep into hell and we take out the necromancer, or try to take out the necromancer by playing more poker. And let me just look this up real quick because I didn't put down the mechanisms. The mechanisms are finale ending. No, that's not the right one. So the mechanisms for this game are cooperative mode, hand management, and solo solitaire gaming. This one interests me a lot because 1, I like poker, and 2, I really like playing solo games. So now I need to get back here and to my note sheet. So here we go. So number 6, the last game I'm talking about here today of these Devir new games on BGG is called The Guest. It's 5 to 12 players, 30 to 45 minutes. The designer is Arcaeus Caridi, and the artist is Ruben Villas Suarez. Also, both of their first games ever, nothing else posted on BGG, and I think this is really cool that Devir, which is a huge gaming company right now, huge publisher, is taking their chance with brand new designers, brand new artists that have never worked in the board game hemisphere before. A big company like Devir does not need to be doing that, and it's super cool that they are. So the blurb for the game is discover and eliminate the threat lurking on the ship before it destroys you. If you couldn't tell from it going up to 12 players, this is a social deduction game. So what we do on this game is we're a crew on the spaceship called the Beagle, but unfortunately a parasite has gotten its way onto the ship and has lodged itself in some of our brains, and it is controlling everything that we do. So there's 2 teams in the game. There's the infected and then the rest of the crew. The infected are trying to infect all the other players or kill the other players, and the healthy crew members are trying to reach the Aurora space station and possibly killing the infected players as well. And from the description, it sounds like nobody knows who's been infected. If I understand that correctly, maybe even the bad team doesn't know who's their teammates to start the game. And that is different than most social deduction games of this type, like Werewolf or the Resistance or Secret Hitler. You usually know who your teammates are. This one sounds like you might not know that. And then it also mentions If someone starts to have like a little bit of a mental health breakdown and start to lose their minds a bit, third team may appear in the game. What this team is, it doesn't say. They're leaving it a mystery right now, but I am intrigued. I love social deduction games. I don't know if you can see it in my picture, but I've got Blood on the Clock Tower right up there, which is my favorite one. But I also own, after Blood on the Clock Tower, I got rid of some, but I also still own Werewolf Inquisition, which I think is a very unique social deduction game. And hopefully this one will be unique as well and an amazing one that I can add to my collection. Some of the mechanisms mentioned make perfect sense for a social deduction game. Finale, ending, hidden rolls, rolls with asymmetric information, trader game, and voting. Rolls with asymmetric information is nice because it sounds like that it won't just be vanilla characters in the game, that there will be special powers for all the different characters that are that you can be in the game, which I hope are different like crew member types. But that's it. So that is 6 games that have just been added to BGG that happen to all be published by Devir. So that's it. Peace. Stay cool. See you next time.